Hello, greetings. I've been attacked and I'm a live stream on Facebook, Zahra Jawad. So saving my life. I don't want to be alone right now. I know the outside there are jerks, but there are good people also outside. I would rather be a bum in London than live in Pakistan in an apartment or something. Not even alone. You can't live in Pakistan. There's harassments, telephone calls, God knows what, lawlessness. So, still kind of slightly ongoing, the assault, the attack. And right now, I've realized that they use the principle somehow, I don't know with what, how, so sexual assault on me. Right now I'm not duped, but I will give in, like, mommy, I need you. God. So, my case ongoing, and I have to be live on Facebook. Let's see for how long. I'm restless, but I have to. This really helps. The last time I uploaded the video here, waking up, having my tea from last night, I was able to get up and make tea, fresh tea now. So, but it went, had a little thing of accident. Tea went into my windpipe, threw up and all this. And back to this, please. So I went to Safia bint Hawaii last night and talking about my personal experience about being a Shia, later on what I felt about Islam. So may your eyes open to this tyrant. Everyone prays. So how are we to... Thank God I found Jiddu Krishnamurti. I think His Highness Ah Khan is in a delusion about Islam, showing that Islam is a very, our Shia Islam, great, Imam is there. I think, and seeing only the positive side. So Ismailis, I would like to help also. And my Shias, I'd like to help. How this person, there are ex-Muslims, but most of them give you from the Sunni sources. What I would rather concentrate on is the Quran ayats, and then take you from Shia sources, where you will be remonstrating if you're a Shia also. But please bear with me, and I apologize because I was like duped. So I will show you something. Where is it? See, I have two tabs of phones that I've opened Chrome. So which phone was it last night that I was working? Surah Anfal. And remember when Satan made their deeds pleasing to them and said, no one can overcome you today from among the people. So showing you discrepancies here, I fear Allah, and Allah is severe in penalty. So Rasulullah's Quran, Allah is saying that if you don't help Prophet Muhammad like the Bedouins in Surah Fat, so taking you to Surah Fat, you see, he actually is Satan. So we say no, Satan is not working for Allah, right? And that what their own hands have wrought. Meaning, if you don't help this person and if you are a hypocrite, uh, then this is what happens to you. You are worse than Satan. But in doing that, he made a mistake here by thinking he's very intelligent. He made a mistake here. I fear Allah and Allah is severe in penalty. So open your Surah Anfal, chapter 8 in the Quran 48. You see, on one hand, we Shias were like, how could Satan say this? But then we say, he's a liar. So even when he says, I fear, but hear the statement he makes in the end, although we make an excuse saying that Shaitan, I couldn't get it. Shaitan lies to them. Even here he's lying that I fear Allah. Is he lying? And Allah is severe in penalty. Okay, maybe here we can win. The Shias can win by saying I fear Allah. Satan is lying. But can he lie? He's telling them, on the other hand, slapping them on the faces, saying that you should fear Allah. Allah is severe in penalty. He's speaking the truth. So here it shows that Satan was used. Why was Satan used? Yes. Again, Satan, it's what like they had blamed. Remember that verse? Everything good comes to us from Allah. The evil that befalls us is from you, O Prophet. Here, I think in Surah Nisa or Surah Anfal. So you will, in Surah Fat, he says to these Bedouins, hypocrites, as we are made to believe through these ayats. Islamic. Remember when the disbelievers had filled their hearts with pride? They are the ones who persisted in disbelief and hindered you from the sacred. Okay, these verses, he could be taking them from. He's a very clever man, I need to show you. So that need to show you, there's no blame on the blind or the disabled. Say to the nomadic Arabs who stayed behind, you will be called to fight against a people of great might. So, let's see. So, what I wanted, you see, is this right? As a Shia and a Sunni Muslim, Quran only, just Muslim, you'll say, yes, this is right. It's fair and square. They deserved it. They didn't want to fight. So, this is okay. Maybe you are you right? Your reasoning would be Shia. Apply your reasoning. Say to nomadic Arabs who stayed behind, you will be called to fight against a people of great might, who you will fight unless they submit. Fitna. Fighting and all this, whatever causes the fights and all is fitna bazi. Doing fitna. They didn't want to fight. They didn't want to go with Rasulullah. They wanted to stay in Medina, with in their houses with their family, occupied with in business work. They don't want to fight for Allah's sake, protecting the Prophet, and that he should go to Makkah now, conquer Makkah, take the Kaaba. So you see, if that's a where maybe I have gone ahead of myself. I fear Allah, and Allah is severe in penalty. My head, um, Shia thought of. So here the fitna that Prophet Muhammad and his Allah. Here it's okay. That's why I appeal to you people to please go and get help. Muslims, see, what Jiddu Krishnamurti said is that even that struggle, we say, oh, it's a struggle against the ego. We are going to the namaz. Now we don't want to go, or it becomes a habit. And then what, like Imam Ali says, don't make your thing a habit, that you don't even realize that you've gone on prayer, you've prayed, and you've come out of it. You don't realize. So do everything very consciously. Very conscientiously, for at least for 5 minutes before going to prayer. Think about it every time that you're going for prayer. What are you doing? Otherwise, it could become into what happens? Problem, habit. Then you don't even know what you're doing. Compulsive liars. You know what happens to compulsive liars? Now they don't even know they're lying. No. Did I lie to you? No. I never lied to you. I never lie. The other poor person is in, oh, did I say that I had this dream? How? I never lie. And the other, I'm like, what? Okay, so like that, what compulsive liars do? They don't even realize they're lying. At some point in their life, or they know they are liars, but sometimes when they lie, they forget they're lying because they're so habitual in lying. Say to nomadic Arabs who stayed behind, you will be called to fight against a people of great might. Okay, think about hypocrisy. What actually, just take these Bedouins. Those who stayed behind will say, when you believers set out to take spoils of war, let us here is a clue that even going to Makkah, Prophet Muhammad, if they had stopped him, he would have attacked them. And what did Wikipedia bring to my attention? That you see, even these idol worshippers, disbelievers, had this thing of not fighting, plundering in the sacred mosque. See, they were guardians. They were clapping and whistling, we are told. But no fighting. So, no fighting, no plundering. Now, how can Prophet Muhammad, and what are the Muslims told? Sacred months, and you can't fight in Makkah at the Kaaba. No plundering, no killing. Right? There's a verse even, I think, somewhere. So look, you have to really go through this jungle of a very intellectually cunning man, and it's Allah, Satan. if these two reasons are not enough to make you think he's Satan, it's enough for me. But I know that it could not be enough for some Shia still. Those who stay behind will say, when you believers set out to take the spoils of war, let us accompany you. They wish to change Allah's promise. Say, O Prophet, you will not accompany us. Now they've been blamed. This is what spoils a war. In fact, you are driven by jealousy against us. Now, is it their fault? Even suppose if this is true, this angels were not jealous of the highest names, Khalifa, first Khalifa, Adam, against us. The truth is they can hardly comprehend. And I can tell you that, I had this shock of my life that in Shia Islam too, there are Shias who would feel jealous of one another. Like, one, like, and we want to sit in front, and it is us. We are getting dreams. Who are you to have dreams of Imam Mahdi? And so immediately the other, this thing, we are the ones. So, no, our mother, we are the ones, and all this. Who is she? She's just a kid. Say to nomadic Arabs who stayed behind, you will be called to fight against a people of great might. Who wanted to plunder? And why did the idol worshippers give away now? Because Muhammad was telling the Bedouins, he's the one who held back their hands from you and your hands from them in the valley of Hudaybiyah near Makkah, after giving you the upper hand. Why were we told that Imam Hussein was going to be killed in Makkah when he changed? Why did he change his Hajj to Umrah? What are these poor idol worshippers telling followers? Later on, these Umayyads telling us, Shias, please, this is for you. Very, very sick. So it is kind of, I was a Shia, and my blood boils when injustice happens, and it's been happening for 1400 years now. Forget the Christian religion. For me, Christ, Lucifer, right? And all this. And Jews, forget that. Moses and all this. But the thing is, here it even gets worse. Curses. And so this is showing what this Abrahamic religion's height, zenith of atrocity. Lies. What peak it is. Do you see this? I fear Allah, and Allah is severe in penalty. Look, don't give me those. Okay, we can look at it. You can look. Oh, And remember when Satan made their deeds pleasing to them. So, okay, who came? Allah did this. Allah did it. Yeah. Who created evil? Allah did, not Satan. You see, the one who allows it. See, I was trying to protect my. No, I was looking at it through a very. I thought, no, I wasn't trying to protect this religion, even at that time. What I thought I had won, and this religion is on justice. You see, I found in Surah Ikhlas, or which one, Falak, the evil of what he has created. So, of what he has created, if man uses this energy as evil, who is to be blamed? Allah? See, whatever he has created everything. This is how you look at the verse. And then the people misuse. Or when you are that all powerful and you can stop this evil, how can you start life and these highest beings when the Allah, see, forget, maybe for a little while, I'll just, how can you, I'll just explain this and then we'll go to the ayats. How can Allah be silent? Allah be silent when if a Satan comes in the garden. He's all aware, all knowing, right? If you allow this, and you know the Musa Firaun thing, if you exist, why are you sending Musa when Firaun has reached such a height of zulm? We say, oh, he gives respite and all this to the unbeliever, but at the cost of what? Is he giving respite to the disbeliever? Oh, he's so merciful. He's Rahman. So if he's so merciful, those poor slaves who are working for Pharaoh, brick upon bricks, years upon years, not even days, carrying, making pyramids. Ramses the second, they say, I read the commentary section, Shias know who Moses was against, which Pharaoh, Ramses the second. Okay, so the ropes are being pulled, and these poor people are working under Pharaoh. So the thing is, what kind of a Allah? Okay, you say he's very merciful. He's giving respite to the disbelievers. And then you say that, oh, they will after. Then, okay, then just leave it. In the hereafter, Moses just goes to them and tells them, look, God has told me in the hereafter, you will. I cannot save. Why should you? They will say, why have you even come to save us now? Right? Logic. Apply logic right way. So if you are going to tell me that, oh, you will get in the hereafter, you will get huris, you will get to meet Prophet Muhammad in the highest form, light, and all those highest beings. For the Shias, it's not the virgins, 72, right? But you have met them here. Okay, this. And another thing for the Shias is that, think about it, all Muslims believe they will go to heaven. Be patient. So then, at what cost have you given that terrible tyrant at the cost of these poor slaves? So Moses, just don't come to us and say you're going to set us free. He's already, the Firaun is habitual in doing the zulm. What is our reason behind it? At the cost of whom? And then we say, oh, the hereafter, and they will, and Imams, it's like, in this life, you don't know, you can't compare this life to that life, right? That's eternal. How is it that the hereafter, I mean, you just cannot compare. So, okay, tell us this, but don't free us, please. Don't free us here. What's the use? Huh? Then God sent Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Those poor ladies who were pregnant. Even Hazrat Musa, the story is here. Killing, and so the mother, okay, forget the Bible. Oh, God has sent Hazrat Musa. What happens to those women whose childs are 1 year old, and Pharaoh finds out that this child will come after him? He kills them. This is it. This is the whole Abrahamic religion has fallen on me. So yeah, you can tell yourselves, you believers, right? So called. You know what you people are. Let me just get you into the resistance mode. Leave me alone here. Yeah, la la la, and we worship one God and all these people. Yeah, your God is allowing. What happened when this Moses was born here in the Quran? What happened? You only believe in the all-powerful. Look at your God's mercy. Oh, but don't compare that with the hereafter, Zahra. Oh, excuse me. Wailing and crying of those women whose children, 1 year olds, or however, Pharaoh was mentioned, that this, when he was mentioned, how old was Moses? Pharaoh killed, and only Moses survived. Then why are you saving this for the last? And don't compare the life of this world to the hereafter. Now I'm tired, I'm blind, I'm this and that. What's that movie? Scent of a Woman. Huh? I know who you people believe in that the Satan. You believe in the Satan. You believe in the power. What did Jiddu Krishna? When Jiddu Krishnamurti said, all this struggle, please. We were told this is struggle against ego. Ourselves, if you don't feel like praying, you force yourself to go. You give yourself wise, okay, Imam Ali, give yourself wise cracks, wise advice. Huh? It's force. Zainab bin Josh that doesn't want to marry. No, you have to discipline yourself. You have to force yourself. What Rasulullah has said, you have to obey. It's like obeying Allah. What happened to her marriage? She forced herself. Maybe she was told at that time, Imam Ali was... No, when that's after Rasulullah. But what is Imam Ali saying? Give yourselves wise Cracks. Oh, yeah, wise cracks. Until you crack, right? And you're cracked. Zainab bin Josh followed, obeyed. What happened? And I don't want to talk about this prophet. So what he did, and so you force yourself, you obeyed this prophet. She was a Quraysh widow, and she was proud of it because they did not force her into marrying. They acknowledged her as she was. Allah Bewa, Allah Bewa. Have you seen Kamal Irani's movie? Allah बेवा को बोला विडो कुरैश की विडो को बोला oh my god, that's why we've been crying in Pakistan for the bewas. Kamal Irani made a movie. You think this movie was not for that time? People, they don't care about these widows. Pakistani Muslims, divorcees, widows, they're just so ruthless. Selfish people. शादी नहीं की है Allah. And that becomes that she's not married. She's nothing. She's worse. She's worse. If she was nothing, it would have been better. People are going to talk. So, अभी तक तुम्हारी बेटी की शादी नहीं हुई है? So and so, mother of so and so. अभी तक तुम्हारी बेटी? अल्लाह मैं तुम लोगों को कुछ मैं बताऊं किसके साथ शादी का मैच मेकर न्यूज़पेपर में कर दो. Give it in the newspaper. Oh God, this child, this barbaric stuff going on in Pakistan. अल्लाह तुम्हारी बेटी की अभी तक शादी नहीं हुई है तो क्या हुआ अगर शौहर मर गया तो? शादी तो कराओ. शादी तो बहुत ज़रूरी है. This Pakistani women talk. What is this? Get her married? Widow. Young widow. Friends come, mother's friends. You know how they talk. But what was Zainab bin Josh? She said, I'm a proud widow. This does not mean her pride in. Listen, when you bring up the dignity. Here, Allah, la, 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 la. Imam Zain al-Abidin, what? This is a whole work to what's the dua? Oh, you Shias. You know how to speak, you've learned. Shaitan's intellect is, you Muslim, but the Shias, martyrs, huh?
Lisunnati.
Oh my God. Sorry, excuse me, this was I'm trying to search for that Duae Makaramal Makar Makar. See, wretched. Makaramal. Makaramal. What does makar mean, Akhlaq. Makarimul Akhlaq, yeah? Sahifa Sajjada. This dua has been taught by a fourth Imam and is a clear indication of loftiness of moral virtues expected of a believer. Islam believes in the elevation of human being. Really? Proud widow. Who can be a proud widow in Islam? Huh? No one. अल्लाह तुम्हारी बेटी को शादी नहीं, शादी कराओ. Coming from Pakistan, Islam believes in the elevation of human being, that a human is a great and dignified creation, far above the animal world. One of the signs of this dignity is the possession of noble and magnanimous qualities. In order to achieve this behavioral excellence, man needs to overcome his base. Thank God it didn't say women. Man needs to overcome his base and selfish attributes and cultivate noble qualities. Forget this nonsense, I tell you. I tell you, Jiddu Krishnamurti. In this dua, the Imam specifies these qualities and shows how we can try to inculcate them in ourselves, taken as a lesson in akhlaq lesson. It is, if you read this, lesson in akhlaq, manners, good manners. The dua is a wonderful program for those who wish to excel in good manners. Where my good manners gone? After reading this dua many times, the most complete in faith among the believers is he who has the best manners. Holy Prophet, habituate yourself to magnanimity. Ooh, where is mommy? And choose for yourself the most excellent of all etiquettes. For virtuous behavior is a habit. Where is Imam Ali? Not to make a habit of this and not to make a habit. Be conscious, be conscientious, be aware. Prayer when you go to the namaz. Avoid the most low of all etiquettes. Low? Look who's talking, and then struggle with yourself to avoid it. Here is Imam Ali. For evil is stubborn. Surely talk about Imam Ali. You know very well how stubborn this evil is, that you are helping. You were helping Amirul Mu'mineen. But when my life becomes a breeding ground for Shaitan, then take me to you. Oh, I tell you, the enmity of the people of hatred with love. Replace for me the enmity of the people of hatred with love, the jealousy of and the suspicion and the enmity of the close ones, friendship. I take you to Surah Mumtahana. There will be enmity, animosity. And what did Allah? Allah Himself saying, now, what? That there will be enmity, you will be killing each other. He don't care. As long as you are with the Khalifa, with his Khalifa. Fitna everywhere. Quran ayat. What did he tell Adam? Get away. What? Get down. Get down. Get down on it. Ding, ding, ding. Get down on it. Get down. What is this nonsense going on? Oh, now we have to, so where Jiddu Krishnamurti taking us? That we don't need these halifas. We don't need these prayers. Okay? Where problem? This organized religion, I tell you. Now you praying, crying. Repay one who deprives me with the free giving. Oppose one who I just give some. backbites about me with a good mention of him. What hypocrisy. But no, here we don't say quenching the fire of hate, reuniting the separated, restraining anger going up, spreading justice, correcting differences between men. Where are you, Shia religious scholars? Busy in Maharam Majlises? Maharam Safar? Lowering the wing of humility, beauty of conduct, calmness of disposition. You read this? Oh Allah, bless Muhammad and his family. Grant me. Every time it is like Shaitan in laziness. Ooh, Emiratis. I tell you, Shia Islam saving you. But not me. So what are you preaching to them? Oh Allah, bless Muhammad and his family. Grant me the most increase in your sustenance this year and your strongest strength when I'm exhausted. Do not afflict me with laziness in your worship. Look, we are busy worshipping Allah, and you are saying we are lazy, we don't come to work. Satan, I fear Allah, and Allah is severe in penalty. What Allah say? Get hands out from here. Hands, get out of from here. You being enemies one of another, being enemies of each other, until my guidance come to you. What is Allah? Violence creation. Huh? So you want to recognize this Allah? I tell you, you do this. Organized, you see, violence. Jiddu Krishnamurti, I read. I take you with this Jiddu Krishnamurti. You go up to the true God inside of you. Isn't comparison a form? No. Religious form of violence, let me tell you. Forcing religious form. God God is not a violent, but a religious violence. What is? Call an Indian Muslim or a Christian or a European. Maybe here quotes. You see, being and becoming. What did that say? That quote, to be or not to be, to sit or not to sit. Right? When you call yourself in violence is much more subtle, much deeper. Jiddu Krishnamurti. You see, you apply all this when you violence is not merely killing another. It is violence when we use a sharp word, when we make a gesture to brush away a person, when we obey because there is fear, when we obey because there here. So violence isn't merely organized butchery in the name of God, in the name of society or country. Violence is much more subtle, much deeper, and we are inquiring into the very depths of violence. When you call yourself an Indian or a Muslim or a Christian or a European or anything else, you are being violent. Do you see why it is violent? Because you are separating yourself from the rest of mankind. When you separate yourself by belief, by nationality, by tradition, it breeds violence. So a man who is seeking to understand violence does not belong to any country, to any religion. Well, this quote I like, to any political party or partial system. He is concerned with the total understanding of mankind. And this mankind. Jiddu Krishnamurti, Freedom from the Known, 1969, 1960s. He gave this, and the book was, I think, perhaps in 1969. So, see, all of you, what I tell you, this Satan, you're not I hope you see this, really. I hope you see that Allah created fitna, evil. No, but of course not that true. You find out who is Allah. Find out. Loaded. People are worshipping Allah because out of fear, out of He's the all-powerful. Not like this, yeah, like this. Not what I say. You not understand my English? Bad English. I confuse you and I gaslighting you like Muhammad and his Allah. You see? Violence. What I doing? So, what do you do? Oh, Shaitan all the time lying, and now he has lied here too. In Surah Anfal, verse 48, I fear Allah. She has you giving me run around. You and Allah is severe in penalty. You know? And we are told these people don't know. Let us see now. Allah bicharon ko, Baduans, poor Baduans. Remember when the hypocrites and those in whose hearts was disease said their religion has deluded Your Highness Agha Khan. This religion has deluded you. But whoever relies upon Allah, then indeed Allah. Well, I think they were relying on Allah. It's just that they did not want to rely on Prophet Muhammad. And if you could, but see, when the angels take the soul, oh, good God, burning fire. Again, there's a really, that is for what your hands have put forth of evil. And because, what did Adam do? Adam was ignorant. If what Imam Reza says, then Satan came and he didn't know the names. I want a very good expert in English. Please come help me, because Allah is not ever unjust to His service. No, Allah is very just, and Allah is just. But which Allah is just? The pagan Arab idol worshipper Allah. Theirs is like the custom of the people of Pharaoh, and oh, don't you dare, I shoot you. Shoot, Zara, you are going to kill. What? I becoming Yazid now? Of course. So don't give me lectures on how to be Imam Hussein. That is because Allah would not change a favor. Oh, sorry, this, there's the like of custom, this, that. No, you go, look. Indeed, the worst of living creatures in the sight of Allah are those who have believed in what? Okay, you say that Allah witness, yeah? Please, bring them, tell them hello, Dawat-e-Ashira. were we told that he said, come? Look, you believe that Allah is the witness of all things, right? Yes. And so this witness, I show you what is this witness. And then you tell me if I'm not your true messenger whose light was before Abraham, praising this Allah. Okay, show us please. Like that. Even that Prophet Muhammad not doing. Okay, he's doing in a roundabout manner. Oh God. He's Rahman, he's Rahim. Look at how the flower grows without a gardener, without water, without taking care here. Allah is sufficient as a protector, as a provider, as this and that. So if you, Muhammad, see, witness, how he making Allah a witness? Huh? Surely Allah does not love the treacherous. Yes. Of course, He does not love you. And if I prove to you here that the Prophet Muhammad treacherous, what happened? And if you fear treachery from any people with whom you have a covenant, okay, what if I show you what he did to his own believers in Surah Azab? Now don't come. Come on time. Go on time. Huh? Why? Prophet feels shy of telling you to. Prophet doesn't feel shy of telling you, asking you to help him. Wait a minute. Prophet feels shy in telling his guests, please now leave. But Prophet not feeling shy. Huh? What? Come on. Intelligent people, ex-Muslims, help me. All points coming. Prophet not feel shy to say what? Let's fight. Allah ordered. No? No. Prophet feeling very, very shy. Hypocrite. Hypocrite. So, wait. Surah Azab. Remember the Surah Anfal, no? Or which one was I reading now? Surah Anfal. Where I reach? Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Prophet not feeling shy about marrying captives and all this. Wait, shyness, huh? Haya is half of my, coming from Sunni hadith, maybe even Shias believe in this. Half of my religion, half is cleanliness. What else is there? And those who believed after where? Oh God. This Prophet, I tell you, O Prophet, say who the captives good in your hearts, he will give you better. O Prophet, say to whoever's in your hands of the captives, if Allah knows any good in your hearts, He will give you something better than what was taken from you, and He will forgive you. Console us, yeah. Console the captives. But if they intend to betray you, then they have already betrayed Allah before. and he empowered you over them. Prophet, not as shy. Indeed, those who have believed and fought with their lives in the cause of Allah, and those who gave shelter and aided, they are the allies of one another. And those who believed emigrate and seek help for the religion must help. Prophet, not as shy of marrying, of giving the message of Allah. Prophet, not as shy. So continue. Oh, but you know that a different etiquette at home. Is home? Acha. Uh-huh. It is not for a prophet to have captives of war until he inflicts a massacre in the land. What? Verse 67. I am looking for the treachery verse. It is not for a prophet to have captives of war until he inflicts a massacre in the land. Not
ما كان لنبي
for a prophet
أن
that
يكون
there should be
له
for him
أسرى
prisoners of war
حتى
until
يثخن
he has battled strenuously
في
in
الأرض
the land.
تريدون
You desire the commodities of this world, but Allah desires for you. Some Muslims saying, oh, no, here is not a. You desire
عرض
the commodities
الدنيا
of the world,
والله
but Allah desires for
الآخرة
you the hereafter.
والله حكيم.
What? Shame on you. And Allah is exalted in might and wise. I drop this religion. The thing is strenuously fight. It is not another translation, Yusuf Ali. It is not befitting for a prophet that he should have prisoners of war until he had thoroughly subdued the land. कलमा गो ये तो पता हम तेरी क्या बात करें. What this means? Yeah, you look for the temporal goods of this world. Acha. Are you kidding me? Are you mocking me? What are you doing? Wait. Pray, do not mock me. Shakespeare. This has to come here, sorry. Searching. Pray to... Until he has... What, you feel this is some justice? Pray, do not mock me. Until he has... so, who's taking? Pray, do not mock me. King Lear. I don't know if it is Lear or Lear. Pray, do not mock me. I am a very foolish, fond old man. 80 and upward, not an hour more nor less, and to deal plainly, I fear I'm not in my mind, in my perfect mind. Excuse me. I fear I'm not in my perfect mind. Methinks I should know you and know this man, yet I'm doubtful, for I'm mainly ignorant what place this is, and all the skill I have remembers not these comments, nor I know not where I did lodge last night. Do not laugh at me, for as I am a man, I think this lady to be my child, Cordelia. King Lear, Shakespeare. Come, come, let us go. Come, wait, come. Okay, I found the quote. King Lear, another one. No, 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 no. Come, let's away to prison. We two alone will sing like birds, I the cage. When thou dost ask me blessing, I'll kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness. So we'll live and pray and sing, and tell old tales and laugh at gilded butterflies, and hear poor rogues talk of court news, and we'll talk with them too, who loses and who wins, who's in, who's out, and take upon the mystery of things, as if we were God's spies, and we'll wear out in a walled prison, and we'll wear out in a walled prison packs and sects of great ones that ebb and flow by the moon. Upon such sacrifices, my Cordelia, Mummy, the gods themselves throw incense. Have I caught thee? So, what's this? Back to this horrifying. It is not for a prophet to have captives of war until he inflicts a massacre. Say International? And it is not fitting for a prophet that he should have prisoners of war until he had thoroughly subdued the land. You look for you look for the temporal goods of this world. But then why do you take as spoils of war Surah Anfal? And so here, Sahih International, you, i.e. some Muslims, desire the commodities of this world. These are not even those Bedouins saying that if you... Do you think Bedouins... see, wrong. Even some Muslims... Here one. Footnote, i.e. material benefits such as the ransom paid for prisoners. Are you kidding me? How you put this? Footnote? What does it say in Surah Muhammad? Huh? I should have searched. You? What did it say here? Are you kidding me? What? Where? Searching, sorry, I haven't paused here. A video might seem boring, but slow but steady. This because disbelievers. So when you meet the disbelievers in battles, strike their necks until you have thoroughly subdued them. Can you please open Surah Muhammad verse 4? 47th chapter of the Quran. What? It is not, wait, who did, I read this, I read that, what I read? It is not for a prophet to have captives of war until he inflicts a massacre. Say international. What a massacre. يكون له أسر حتى يثخين في الأرض تريدون in the land complete upon Allah's enemies in the land war until he had thoroughly subdued the land. You look for the temporal goods of this world, but Allah looketh to the hereafter. Just don't take Allah's near. Pool ahista peko. Tin tin tin. This is a great, great treachery. I not even go to Surah Azab. For the present, Allah had lightened. What this? So when strike, subdue them, bind them firmly, then bind. Sorry, I eat up words, too hard to say. Why, lover, why? Why do flowers die? Later free them either as an act of grace or by ransom. You mean to say that Bani Qurayza, you're not completely inflict. So what captive Safiya bint Huway? Tell me. Tell me. Tayyab Ali, pyar ka dushman, hi, hi. What is happening? Then ransom, or by ransom until you are not allowed. It is not allowed, Yani, for a prophet to have captives. Where's Safiya bint Huway coming from? Until he inflict the whole Khatam massacre, subdued the land thoroughly. And now you think, oh, and the Muslims coming up, apologize, history. Oh, she could go to her tribe, what is left over, byproduct. She will go to the arms and the legs and all that. And the subdued. It is not a fitting for a prophet that he should have prisoners of war until he hath thoroughly. So where Safiya bint Huway coming from? Where is the other one? What's her name? Rehana. Rehana. It coming in Surah Rahman. Sweet herbs. Rehan. Sweeter smelling herbs. It's coming from the Jews. And you Muslim historians about the Safiya bint Huway, what is she going to go to? This thoroughly subdue the land of Medina? The Bani Qurayza tribe, Bani Nadir tribe. Are you kidding me? And then what is this? You look for the temporal goods of this world. What the God telling here? Surah Muhammad. What did this verse remember? Surah Anfal. Frightening. 67. Frightening. I have no words. But please help me. Eloquent people who have their mind intact. Brain not smashed, God forbid. Pray do not mock me. I am a fond older man. What? Subdue them, then bind them firmly. Later free them either as an act of grace or by ransom. until the war comes to an end. What this? Here it is saying you cannot, even the prophet, it is not for a prophet to have captives until he inflicts a massacre. Oh, Shias, you cry for Imam Hussein. Excuse me, I need a break, huh? Thank you so much.